Hello, my name is Leon van Gent. I'm the Program Director at TZ, and today we're going to take a lap around the TZ Daylocker solution. In this session, you will learn about what are daylockers, the 5 business drivers for daylockers, the system architecture from a software perspective, different hardware components and options, and the user interface and features of the software. Finally, we'll be talking about TZ Custom Daylocker solution, which was purpose-built for a key client based in Sydney. Daylockers are different from package lockers and accountable mail in that the primary use of the locker is not for package delivery. The primary use of a daylocker is to securely store and access personal belongings. In this slide, we can see there are similarities to parcel lockers at first glance, but when you look closer, you will notice things such as some lockers have locker numbers on mail slots. Some don't have touchscreens, and if they do, they're not housed in the traditional console. Some have multiple security badge readers. This leading slide really frames the key problem statements to highlight the need for daylockers and the benefits that the TZ solution delivers. The move towards adopting agile workspaces, hot desking, is enabled by providing locker storage space to employees who don't have permanently assigned desks. Agile work practices such as hot desking means corporations need to provide personal storage spaces for employees. Mobile workforce means a large portion of their employees are mobile. Typically, a 1-to-1 ratio of employees to lockers is not always an optimum locker space allocation. Keyed locks generate significant issues with key management. Electronic access control provides access, but does not provide real-time locker granularity. The TZ Daylocker system solves all these issues. Looking at the TZ Daylocker system architecture, there are 4 key users of the Daylocker solution: visitors, employees, concierges, and administrators. There are also 4 key components of the Daylocker system. There's the Locker Bank application, the employee portal, concierge services portal, and the admin portal. HR and security system data typically interfaces with the TZ control server. The TZ Daylocker solution is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Depending on the functionality sought, the budget, and the hardware deployed, the TZ Daylocker solution options increase as more capable hardware is deployed. In this slide, you can see how flexibility increases, starting from a basic TZ controller device all the way through to a PC controller and interface. The system schematic of the Daylocker solution typically looks like this. The lockbox is a TZ product designed for ease of installation and fitting into cabinetry. The lockbox houses the TZ radial, and the radial stud is affixed to the locker door. The lockbox also has an LED light, which can be used to indicate if the locker is opening, example flashing green, to draw attention to it. The basic workflow for reserving a locker is as follows. Scan your security badge to authenticate. The system checks if your security badge number falls in the permanent employee or visitor range, and also checks if you have an existing reservation. The reservation mode screen is displayed with the reservation type button enabled or disabled. The next step involves selecting an available locker from the locker layout. You are prompted to confirm that this is the locker you want, and then the system opens the locker so that you can access it to deposit your personal belongings. Not all interactions need to happen using the touchscreen at the Daylocker. Can you imagine the line if that was the case? The employee portal is a secure web portal that provides self-service functionality for the employee to add a reservation, move a reservation, or change their PIN number. All this from the comfort of their desk. The reservations are synchronized to the locker bank, so when they interact with the locker bank, it all works. The reservations are synchronized to the locker bank, so when they interact with the locker bank, it all works. Some organizations have concierge or reception staff who can perform locker functions on behalf of employees and visitors. The concierge portal contains a set of features that permit this. The admin portal is restricted for administrator users, typically involved with configuring and administering the system. In the next couple of slides, we'll be looking at a custom Daylocker solution specifically developed for KPMG in Sydney. TZ have experienced consultants who can workshop with the client to analyze their existing workflows and practices within the organization, define the workflows, and design the software to suit. An example of this was this recent implementation for KPMG. KPMG had a really complex floor layout for the locker banks that were all serviced by a single industrial PC. This meant we had to introduce multiple secondary card readers for regular users to access their personal lockers without interacting at the touchscreen. KPMG wanted to have shared lockers, team lockers, where members of a project team could store and access the same locker. KPMG wanted users to be able to delegate access to their personal lockers to other users, such as a personal assistant or colleague. KPMG were concerned about their staff forgetting their security cards, so they wanted an alternative method of accessing the locker. This meant we introduced alternate login capability at the touchscreen and also remote open capability from the employee portal. In terms of system capabilities, the KPMG custom solution involved the ability to satisfy the following. The screensaver screen displays a message prompting the employee to scan their security badge, and the badge reader is typically located below the touchscreen. Touching the screen disables the screensaver and displays the login screen. The user is validated as either being an employee or a concierge. 3 buttons are displayed. The first button allows the employee to access the lockers that they are allowed to access. The second button provides the ability for them to reserve another locker or move one. This screen presents all the lockers that the user can access. It indicates the type of reservation, the expiry date, and the owner of that locker. The user can select which locker to open. The locker open screen indicates where the locker is located. Importantly, if the locker is a visitor or guest locker, then it will also display the expiry date of the reservation. This is clearly indicated to the user. If the user does not empty the locker by that time, it enters into a grace period, which is usually 24 hours. If the user accesses the locker within the grace period, then the only option they have is to open and end the booking. Expired lockers need to be reset to available by the concierge, who can inspect the locker to ensure there are no tuna sandwiches left behind. Back on the Locker Bank home screen for employees and visitors, we see the familiar options. This time, the user selects Reserve a Locker. The system has determined that I am a permanent employee who is permanently located in this building and therefore cannot make a visitor reservation. If the system determined I was a permanent employee permanently located in another building, I could have made a visitor reservation. The reservation workflow is similar to the one we saw earlier. It involves selecting an available locker, confirming it, and then opening the locker. The concierge can access different functions at the Locker Bank via the touchscreen. The concierge selects the Usage Summary button to reveal the next screen. The Usage Summary presents a grid view of the current tenants of the lockers in the Locker Bank. Not shown here is the ability to actually directly open that locker from this list. This list is really useful to identify all the expired lockers that need to be inspected, cleared, and then reset for future reservations. The employee portal is used to encourage self-service by employees. This screen indicates the user interface that permits employees to make, change, or access their locker reservations. The employee portal, concierge portal, and admin portal all contain visual Locker Bank layout views that virtualize the actual Locker Bank. The status of each locker is displayed in a different color. In the employee portal, the owner is not displayed when hovering over the locker, but in the concierge and admin portal, this information is visible. This page allows the user to search for other employees and manage delegation access to their locker. The concierge portal provides more features to assist managing locker reservations on behalf of employees and visitors. Here we can see the additional status of lockers denoting their use. Reserving lockers via the concierge portal is a simple process. It requires the selection of a locker owner, the selection of an appropriate reservation type, and some basic details of the reservation type is for a shared locker. The concierge portal also ships with a number of standard reports that are designed to facilitate an operational view of the system use. This slide describes the key features of the system for different users grouped into the kiosk software, employee, concierge and admin portals. In this session on day lockers, we covered what are day lockers, the 5 business drivers for day lockers, the system architecture from a software perspective, the different hardware components and options, the user interface and features of the software, and finally we talked about a TZ custom day locker solution which was purpose-built for a key client based in Sydney. Thanks for joining me on this lap around TZ Day Lockers.